We are back on Inside Politics. Our guest tonight is Metro Councilman at Large and mayoral candidate John Cooper. Councilman, on election night, your comments could have been interpreted as basically that because you're going to put neighborhoods and employees first, neighborhoods and employees can expect more money in the next budget. But when you're talking about what's going on with the state, you're going to have to say no to a lot of people because we're just not going to have the money.
Well, ultimately, you're going to need to say yes. And managing the city is getting to yes. Well, we don't know. We don't know what's going to be the outcome of the controller's letter. The trick is you have to manage to get to yes, because we need to be not a former it city or a was city, but we need to be a great city, and that's going to require pay.
You want to get back to the school budget being fully funded, and one definition of that would be making it closer to 50% of the money the city spends.
Absolutely.
We're not close to that now. Getting that to that in 1 year would be just about impossible.
That would be very hard, and it's going to take a couple of years to get us out of the ditch that we have fallen into, but we have to do it with the right priorities in mind. And that does mean pay, because you really can't ask our school system to go forward with inappropriate pay for our teachers and our
paraprofessionals
and our bus drivers.
Can you do that without raising taxes in your first year?
Well, the trick, last year the city had a choice: either raise taxes or get deeply involved in the Blue Ribbon Commission process of management savings. Now, the management savings can't be produced immediately. Now, the problem is we didn't raise taxes, but we didn't really embrace the Blue Ribbon Commission. It existed, but frankly, there was no interest in it from the mayor's office. Now, Atlanta did this very successfully and identified $20 million of savings. We think there's a similar strategy going forward here to do that.
$20 million over what period of time?
Oh, that year. That year, right. All cities out of $2.3 billion in spending, there is always savings. Now, part of our problem is we privatized a lot of services under contracts that are not particularly efficient. Right, so this is a long-term management problem to redress this imbalance.
You have a specific issue in this budget. For the first time in Metro history, this council did not approve a budget.
Yes.
They let the mayor's budget go into effect by default. The mayor's budget looks at things like privatizing the downtown parking system and selling the downtown energy system that I don't think you'll
that I'll not be doing. That's exactly right.
Well, you won't be doing that, but that leaves about a $30 or $40 million revenue hole in the budget.
Right.
So what are you specifically going to do to take care of that?
Full-on management challenge. And this is what this administration has pushed the city into. No one in the city believes that parking meter privatization is a good choice. And deceptively, a lot of people think that it's going away, but it is fundamentally part of Mayor Briley's budget. And unless you vote for me, frankly, on September the 12th, you are also voting to privatize parking meters. But we're not going to let that happen. And we're going to go forward, and we're going to work with the controllers, and we're going to get us out of this hole that we put in. And we're not going to privatize parking meters because it is the wrong strategic choice for downtown and neighborhoods. People don't realize these meters are headed into neighborhoods. 5 to 7 miles of meters are headed into neighborhoods.
But to make up the budget difference, what are you eyeing in the budget to make up for the revenue that you're going to have to cut someplace?
We are going to work with the state, and we're going to make revenue adjustments. And the Music City Center, I mean, for the longest time they have said, gee, we can't contribute anything. And then now, under pressure from me, we've come up with $20 million already. So clearly the principle of them contributing to the city is absolutely correct, and now we're going to have to work it out with their $60 million surplus, which is headed up with these 6,000 hotel rooms. This is why the tourism space is so wonderful for the city. This is the investment that we have made. This is the investment that we need a return on.
The MLS stadium is somewhat under construction. There's still a lawsuit pending. It's been sent back from the appeals court for another hearing. You didn't vote for the MLS stadium. Do you still support constructing it when you become mayor?
The community has made a decision. This council has made a decision to go forward with soccer. It must be a success. Now, I, as a council member, have heard nothing since that vote. So I am assuming that everything is going great, and we're going to make it a success as a community. We don't want to go backwards as a city. We have to go forwards as a city. Having a women's team is probably a good idea. If we're going to have a soccer stadium and we need to make it a success, let's have a women's team too. Now, we are underinformed. I have no briefing. I don't know what's going
So
on
you
there.
don't plan to stop construction on that
I am
because of the court suit that's pending?
Planning on making it a success.
Also, continued rumors, most recently, that the Baltimore Orioles Major League Baseball team may be moving here.
Yeah.
As mayor, what will be your role about bringing MLB to here, even though we don't seem to have a stadium to play in? The First Tennessee Park isn't suitable for Major League Baseball.
I appreciate people going around coming up with ideas to make our city great. That's a fantastic thing to happen. Now, it's going to be my job to make sure that any of those great ideas don't cost the general fund anything. We keep our priorities, and that any deal that is done is going to be for the benefit of the people.
And MLB might be too much too quickly.
Depends on the deal. Depends on the deal. And it depends what people are willing to put up to make something like that happen. Now, we do have a very fine minor league team, which frankly has the second best attendance in all the minor leagues, right? And will soon be first. So we also should celebrate their success with baseball.
Councilman, thank you so much for coming
thank
on.
you, Pat.
Good luck in the runoff.
Thank you. It's going great. Appreciate it very much. And I'm humbled to be here and on your show.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on Inside Politics. I'll be back here again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics in the meantime, go to News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. There's a new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.